You want to know how to stop your dog from peeing at night, destructive chewing, or to get better sleep?
Ta-da! Crate training. Crate training. I use it with all my dogs. Whether it's a pet dog, my competitive obedience dog, any type of dog. Crate training is perfect for young puppies, especially when housebreaking, because dogs by nature do not like to mess their own sleeping area. And if you get the right size crate for your young puppy, you'll find that when he or she needs to use the washroom, they're gonna let you know. They'll probably start whining, barking, maybe scratching at the door, saying that I need to use the washroom. At which time now you would get up, grab your puppy, take it out to the designated area for it to use the washroom. Crates. Some people don't like crates.
What?
Why? I have no idea. The crate, you can equate it to, let's say, a baby crib for a human baby or a playpen. It helps to keep your child safe, whether it's your human child or your fur baby. It also helps to protect your home from damage. So we find the crate is an essential tool. Also, keep in mind that there may come a time later on in your dog's life where you may have a service technician coming to your home to work on the furnace, the TV, whatever it may be. And with some companies, the policy is the dog has to be put away or there's no service. So if you have conditioned your dog to, exist in its crate, then it makes life easy. To worry about, oh my goodness, we have a service tech coming over and the dog simply hates the crate. But because you took steps in the very beginning to condition your dog to the crate, that's not an issue. And so now that is one example. Another example is, let's say you're going away and you may have to board your dog. Sometimes they're going to have them in a bigger crate known as a kennel. And if your dog is not used to that either, you may find they become very, very stressed to the point where some dogs don't eat when you're gone. And so those are just a few of the examples of why crate training, in our opinion, is necessary. For those that are involved in some of the dog sports, we find that crate training is ideal for building more drive and also for helping or allowing the dog to retain information. So normally our setup or our schedule for our working dog is as such. An hour prior to training, we can use crating. And then half an hour to an hour after training, we use the crate again. So by crating prior to the training process, it just helps to develop that drive, that need, that want to get out and that want to do something. And then the crating post-training allows the dog time to absorb what it just finished experiencing in the way of training. So again, another useful tool for our competitive obedience candidate. But here at the school, we recommend it on a regular basis for those that have young dogs or dogs that have behavioral problems. So sometimes we have clients that come in with aggression issues, and the crate can be used as a timeout. And again, we want the crate to be a good place. It's not a place of punishment. I mean, even for the dog that exhibits bad behavior, when we place it in the crate, we don't grab it and say, get in there. We just gently bring the dog over, place it in the crate, and we leave it. We give it some time. Then eventually we bring the dog back out. And we call that latent learning, meaning that the dog may not put it together right away. It may take several sessions before it puts it together, that every time I behave this way, I get taken away. So again, very useful for when you're combating certain behaviors. And again, to create a positive association with the crate, we use food. So what will happen is we'll take some treats and we'll place it on the ground just before the crate, and then we'll have the crate door open with food inside the crate. So it's like following breadcrumbs. And we allow the puppy to actually find the treats, pick it up, eat, all the way up to the crate. And once it gets to the crate, some puppies, you know, they get a little hesitant, they're cautious, and you don't force the issue. Leave it. If the puppy walks away, that's fine. You can do it again later on. But that's a nice subtle approach in the way of teaching them the crate. And then eventually when the puppy gets in the crate, don't go and slam the door right away. Leave the door open. Allow the puppy to come out on its own. And then later on, I wouldn't push to do it right away. Later on, I would do the same setup. Food before the crate, food in the crate. Allow the puppy to go in, take the food, allow it to come back out. Then eventually, you would close the door for a second, open it up, and let the puppy out. It's so easy to teach. And then once the dog learns it and it accepts it, it doesn't mean you have to stop rewarding it. Let's say the dog's in the crate, you're walking by the crate, you can drop a treat in the crate. And again, you're just reinforcing neutrality in the crate. So the crate, in my opinion, is a wonderful tool, and I believe every dog handler, owner should have a crate, because again, there's going to be times where you want to teach your dog to be independent. We find those that have separation anxiety, I mean the dog that is, they have this because the dog is around them all the time. They've never taught the dog that at some point in time in its life, it's going to have to be on its own. And for those individuals, sometimes it becomes a little annoying because the dog is always up under their feet. And it's not the dog's fault. We wanted it that way. So we find by introducing the crate at a young age, teaching it to be independent, it can be so beneficial. Okay guys, so if you like the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe to our channel. If there's any other content that you would like to see or hear from us, give us a shout. With that, take care.